Let's
All
go.
right, everyone. Welcome to the show. Uh, Last week was demonetized, so get ready. Let's see if we can't do it again this week. Woo!
Woo!
YouTube makes a mistake and thinks I actually care. Don't care, YouTube.
But
Yeah,
they
I'm making
put
any money there
you.
anyway.
They didn't put you in timeout because you're still doing a show.
No, they just put it to limited access for ads. So basically, they kill any kind of outreach.
Mm.
But I'm gonna need y'all's help as y'all get this far into it. Hit the thumbs up button. Screw YouTube. Hit the thumbs up button. Uh, that's the one. If you've got creators out there, folks, this is just a lesson in YouTube economics. They will suppress people who's have a view that I have. You've got Idaho Hillbilly. You've got people that will tell you, what we think, and for that, um, YouTube goes, we're going to push you. We're going to put our foot on your throat, and good luck breathing. But if you hit the thumbs up button, that's the old middle finger to YouTube because it forces our algorithm to go, well, maybe this one is popular. If there's a thousand people sees this show and it's got a bunch of thumbs up, they push it hard. It outgrows their little harmless mess. So bunch of mental midgets over there. So speaking of mental midgets, so Todd has a little story that you're either gonna be on my side or you're gonna unthumb and you're gonna unsubscribe. So,
First of all, I'd like to hope to think that the listeners of this show will be on your side and not on the other side. Go ahead, Todd.
okay, so Todd, tell us the story. This is a wonderful story.
Okay, so Saturday I'm ordering my a new pair of shoes. So I type in New Balance 11 and a half wide new. And so I'm scrolling down. I pick out a pair and I buy them. And then later on, I look at it and go, these are used, damn it. Why did it show up on when I typed in new as one of the search categories? So Sunday morning, 7 a.m., I send the seller a message. I want to cancel. Sorry, I misread the description. Crickets. Then Monday at about 2 p.m., I send them another message. Are you ignoring my messages? I ask you to cancel my order. Crickets. Then Tuesday, the first day that you can ship after the holiday, the guy creates a label. So I send him a third message. I ask you to cancel the order and you went ahead and created a label. You're still ignoring me. Crickets. I sent him another message. Oh yeah, you're ignoring me and I don't know why because I asked to cancel the order. Finally, the guy says, I'm not ignoring you. uh,
Well, so he
so
saw all those messages and sent it anyway.
yeah, and he still had not taken the package to the post office. They're coming USPS. I said, you haven't even taken the package to the post office yet, or left it with your carrier. Don't ship it. All you have to do is cancel the label.
Mm-hmm.
If you go ahead and send them, all you're going to have is an angry customer and waste your time because I'm shipping them back the second I get them.
So,
You
folks,
said,
if you have a customer that makes a mistake, or it doesn't matter if it's a mistake. If they decided they changed their mind, if they don't like the color of their underwear this morning, and decide they don't want whatever it is they bought, cancel it. Save yourself the headache. If you are that person that is so damn stubborn that you think they bought it, I'm going to send it to them anyway, and it's going to be up to them whether they return. Maybe they won't return. If that's your attitude, hit the thumbs up twice. Unsubscribe, never come back, because you are part of the problem in this world that needs to. Well, I'm gonna stop short there. You're part of the problem in this world that needs to disappear. People make mistakes. People change their minds, and then you be the first one in the chat in a Facebook group going, "Oh my God, I can't believe they are sending this back. It's a return scam."
And they won't even tell you that they ignored all the messages that Todd sent. They'll just say that this buyer scammed me.
If you sold it once, it'll sell again, folks. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's a good story. So there's that story. So here's the next story. I don't know if you would be.
Wait. How about if I copy and paste this show and send it to him in a
Damn right. Send him a link to it.
send him a link to it? How about that?
I would do it.
And this is not
I-
somebody. This is somebody with a decent number of feedback, right?
Yeah, he's got like 2,500 feedback.
This is okay. eBay. If you have any pull, this is a person on eBay with 2,500 feedback who treats customers like this. Why is he still on your platform? Why? I mean, you don't need this kind of seller. Let him go to Mercari or one of those other third-rate places. You try this shit on Amazon, you get too many of these, and Amazon will tell you we don't need your service any longer. Have a nice day.
I think what Todd's got going for him, and I know some people are saying Todd will only get half, or if this guy probably has no returns. I don't know if you looked at that or not, but it probably says no returns. So he doesn't have the option to give you half. Number one. Number two, you have a history of messages with this guy. So all you got to do is open a case with eBay, show them that. They should side with you. It should be really easy. And you know what? Screw him because he's paying return shipping too. You know.
Okay, so here's my return story. I sell a fluke meter. I box up a fluke meter real quick. Dude sends me a message. Well, first he opens a return, and then he, you got to. Buyers are not always know exactly how to deal with these things. So he opens a return, then he sends a message saying, "I got the wrong meter. What can we do about it?" And I look around, I'm like, holy shit. I've got a 52 and a 77. He bought the 77. I sent him the 52. And I sent him a message saying, dude, I'm so sorry about this. I can send the other one out with a return label, and all you have to do is stick in your mailbox. Because it went to a UPS, but I sent the return label via pirate ship, USPS. So all he's got to do is stick in this mailbox. He doesn't have to go anywhere. He didn't have to deal with it. Remember, Amazon makes it a little more difficult. You've got to take it to a UPS drop or some shit. The hell with all that. I spent the extra 4 cents to give him something he can stick in his mailbox. Guy was extremely nice. He goes, I'm just gonna leave it right here in this box. It'll come right back the way you shipped it to me. So most people would make him send that back before they sent the other one. These things are not cheap. He bought a 77. I think I got maybe $80 for it. The meter he sent out, I got listed for $140. So the meter was more expensive than I sent out. It comes back packaged exactly like I had it. No issues. I sent him the tracking number saying, hey, here's your tracking number, man. I got the meter. It works great. I've left you positive feedback. Thank you so much for being very helpful. The return meter is in the mailbox right now. Got it back yesterday. Everything's perfect.
And what if he hadn't sent it back?
Not everybody's out to get.
If he hadn't sent it back, it's your damn fault. You know,
it would have been my fault. I'd have been out the $5 I paid for that meter.
I wish people would look at eBay and selling online the way that this group of people that we have here does, because it makes so much more sense. Customer service is number one. I mean, if you fuck up, you got to take care of that. I mean, it's every.
So what did we learn in my situation? I could have handled it completely different. I could have made him jump through hoops. I could have done all this stuff, or I can make it easy as possible. So not only did I get positive feedback, I got my meter back, and I got a happy customer. That's the name of the game, folks. If you screw up and you can make that into positive, that's perfect.
Yeah, because had you just sent that out and everything was normal, you probably wouldn't have got feedback at all. But because you went above and beyond for this guy, even though you screwed up in the first place, yeah, I mean.
The guy. Okay, so lag. It's not you because the guy lives in Raleigh, North Carolina. So, wasn't you?
Andy?
Anything? I know it wasn't Andy. Anything I see from Philadelphia, no, I jot those addresses. Anything in the Philadelphia area, I jot those addresses down. I got a big wall of could be lag.
Nice file. Lag did have a good point earlier, and maybe it's something that eBay should introduce. A buyer can cancel an order for a certain amount of time. What is it, an hour or something? I don't know. It's a couple hours. Why don't they make that so that they can cancel that on the buyer end up until the time it ships?
it should be that way because it would be easy enough because it would trigger it to go right to the seller and that will be cancel and delete the ability to send it. It'd be very easy. I don't understand why they don't. Amazon does. If I had one yesterday when I was shipping an item that I sold on Amazon, customer would like to cancel it. I didn't call eBay and Amazon and whine. I didn't send a customer an email. I didn't do anything else. From my phone, you don't get credits. I don't know if you still get credit. You got to do it from a computer to not count against you. I went in there and clicked cancel, and it comes up and says buyer reason. This will not be held against your metrics. Click it, and I put it back in my inventory. The end. So Victoria, agent reseller. Hey, appreciate Victoria. I appreciate you telling me saying nice things, even though Phil, Texas Bandit, just tossed me down terrible. For those of you who don't know, Phil's a good guy. I've talked to him for a long time. We'll get to the Informed Consumer Act in a minute. We're just talking. A lot of it is, as newer people come in, welcome to the channel. This is advanced learning here. If you've got a question about whatever, we'll be happy to help you, happy to point you in the right direction, answer any questions you got. But generally, our level is we talk about your attitude, the stuff that nobody else talks about. They don't talk about keeping a positive mental outlook. They don't talk about how you treat customers. It doesn't matter if everybody else in the world is going to hell. Are you jumping off the bridge with them? Or are you doing what's right by people? All this stuff's important. How do you change the way things are happening? I do believe that you create some of your own good luck by the way you treat people, by the person. I just do. I think the better you can be towards people, the better things happen for you. So that's why I was willing to risk that $150 meter to make it easy as possible for my customer, because I know I screwed up. Because I've got the 77 in my hands. I know he's not lying. I know I screwed up. I remember the difference between the 2 meters is one's a temperature meter, and I remember packing that one because one has leads and one has temperature probe leads, so they're completely different, even though they look very similar.
And that's an easy mistake to make with certain things. I've done it before, and I've had similar results. Send them a return label, have it come back, just send the thing out.
So the guy was out. So he got it on a Wednesday. He sent me the messages Wednesday afternoon, and I got him the next one on Saturday. So really it was only a couple days delayed. Remember, the faster you can react, the faster you can deal with your customers and make them happier, the better results are going to be for you. I promise you. If you're going to get scammed, there's nothing you can do about it. You need to accept that point right now. There's nothing in this world you can do about it. Bitch, moan, start a YouTube channel, make a live show, bitch and moan. That's about all you can do about it.
You probably get a lot of viewers with the bitching and moaning channel. So
okay, so before we get to the Informed Consumer Act, because they finally asked me for it. So TikTok has just all these people on TikTok, all these resellers who are using that as social media and whatever. There's one on there that's particularly decent sized channel. I think he's on his second channel. He got one act waxed for some reason. But so he made a video last week saying, if you're a new reseller, don't worry about all these thermal printers people talk about and all this stuff. Just go to Costco or Sam's or wherever or Walmart and buy the cheapest inkjet printer you can and just start and get with your labels. That is the worst advice ever, folks. Ink on those damn things. If people don't understand that they say you're a printer because they want to say you ink, no other reason. That's why they make printers, to say you ink.
If you're buying one that takes ink cartridges, yes.
So at the yard sale Saturday, I picked up another laser printer, a Brother laser printer, and that was I made a short this morning saying, man, go to yard sales. I see a Brother laser printer about every third week. I'm just wandering around the yard sales. I see them in thrift stores. They're usually $10 or $15. They're a little more, but not much. Of all the Brother printers I've ever gotten, every single one has worked. Every single Brother printer has worked. It is if you're going to print them out, it is the cheapest. If you don't want to spend the money on a, for $100 you can get a nice label printer. But if you don't have $100, okay. So this I asked Harlan to say in the chat, you can print out a status form for these things. It's very easy. Go to menu and settings. I got a Brother laser printer. How much ink does it have in it, and how many pages has it printed on its lifetime? Guess in the chat. I know it was a 20-second delay, so I'll give you a minute. I wish I had
I'm gonna guess.
some
I'm
Jeopardy.
gonna guess low on both sides.
Some Jeopardy music to play.
3,000 pages.
All right, we have a 3,000 guess.
I'm going less. I'm going 500 pages.
We have a 500 guess. Drummer is way closer than y'all at 118.
Yeah, I figured it was pretty low.
Timothy Dole, we'll go ahead and quit right here because it actually has 53. So I don't know that anybody's going to get closer than it's 53 pages on it, folks. And I printed 3 of those to get the status page out.
Jacob probably already knew the answer.
It has a 100% ink, 100% toner, 53 pages, $5. Do you know how long that Brother printer will last? And all you have to do is throw the $10 generic ink cartridges in, and they print 2,000 to 3,000 pages. It is hard to beat that. Beard. What about a label printer? I'm telling you right now, there's no cheaper way to do it. Because by the time you spend $100 and to get to the thermal price, you've got 9. What did it say? Eight laser toner and the paper. I mean, really, it's extraordinarily cheap. But watch Amazon. So here's a good story. This is the last thing about the printers, and then we'll go on to the end format. So if you don't know, my mother half-ass resells. My mother collects and hoards more than she does anything else. She's been complaining that she's going to buy a label printer. And so when I'm talking to her last week, she goes, "You never sent me a link to a label printer." I'm like, how many times I can tell you 4XL, Dynamo 4XL? It's the easiest one. It'll mean I don't have to talk to you because it just prints. You can't mess this one up. She's like, I don't want to pay that kind of price. I'm like, all right. A quick search on Amazon, which I should have sent her a damn link. I should have sent her I didn't send her an affiliate link. I didn't even send my own mother an affiliate link. What the hell? She got a print ID. It looks just like all the Chinese printers look the same. It was on Lightning deal, $89. $89 for this thermal printer. And then she's like, I want to be able to use my phone. I want Bluetooth. I'm like, damn it, mother. I just found you an $89 label printer. That's not good enough. But they had the Bluetooth model for $99 and they deal is 90% done. And so she got a Bluetooth label printer, $99. Folks, that's hard to beat. Mother collects everything. She don't sell nothing. She goes to thrift stores every day. She goes to yard sales every weekend, and she don't sell shit.
Yeah, when you're buying a Rollo or a Dymo or a Zebra, you're paying mostly a lot for the name. There are good alternatives out there.
So if you're going to use it, if you're going to spend the $99, congratulations. Welcome to the 21st century. No more ink. You've got a label printer. You've upped your game. It's incredible. Welcome to the 21st century. Oh, now be a big boy or a big lady and open yourself a UPS account as a small business account. But Beard, I use it through Amazon or eBay. I don't need that. They send you free supplies. If you want labels or if you want boxes, I'll show you what the boxes look like. But Beard, I don't want UPS boxes. Yes, you do. This is what they look like. This is a 9x6x3. You don't see UPS anywhere. They're just a little heavy, but if weight doesn't matter, free boxes are free boxes.
I'm gonna have to look into those.
At least to see it 100%. So one of the things I tell people, and I don't know if y'all listen or not, when I ship a package versus when most people ship a package, with my paper tape machine and new clean boxes and everything, whether it's eBay or Amazon, it looks there's a reason Amazon wants you to use a clean box, because it's about the customer's perception when they get it. So yeah, UPS, just it's easy to open a free account. You want a small business account. Tom, you're 100% correct. That was my next statement. They also give you free fold up labels or roll labels. So you don't have to pay for labels for this machine you got, because UPS. Okay, so this is, you're gonna have to do alert. But UPS will send you a roll. If you can make a little thing that'll hold your roll behind your new printer, congratulations. Or you can call them and say, listen, I send a lot more packages. Can I get some of the fold ups? They'll send you a box of 6,000. You just got to call and ask for that. At the bottom of the shipping supplies, the last two are the two boxes. The picture that it shows a UPS box, but if you read it,
no, it says plain corrugated. Yeah, I'm looking at it right now. How many? Let's see how many they allow me to order. There's a 9x6x3 and a 10x3 by 12.5.
Yep, the 12 by 10
case. Let's order them.
They will also, I must just say, if you've, okay, so, but Beard, you just told me to pick this $5 printer up. What good is it? They will also give you free 2-up labels. So you can use this brother printer with the free 2 labels per page on, they'll send you those for free too.
I think you get a pack of 50 or something like that. Unless you call in, you might be able to get more that way.
Yeah, you can. They'll send you a bigger amount if you call them.
But that's how I started with the UPS labels. Was the
Victoria. If you got to call them, it's not on the list. But if you call them and ask, they will send you a bigger box of them.
All right, now the checkout on here sucks.
Right. That's it, folks. It's as easy. Be cheap. The one thing I ranted about this another time. You know, where somebody tried to say that saving money is not making money. Saving money 100% is making money, because if it's $1 you don't spend, it drops straight to your bottom line. If it doesn't play ping pong along the way and you use parts of it here or there, it drops straight to the bottom. Yeah, so if you sold $100 in net profit, and you spend 10 on labels, you've only made $90 for that period. But if you got free labels and you made $100, you still got $100. So there's all my rants. You know, treat customers right, take advantage of your situations. You know, you don't always need a new shiny. You can buy a $5 yard sale printer. You know how long I'm telling you right now, that thing will print as long as it will connect. Yeah, there's the 6,000. There's 2 stacks of it. You get 2
that's
stacks
6. Yeah, there's 2. It's 2 up, but it's
that's 3,000 of them.
Yeah, and trust me, they last a good long time. I gotta figure out
label and lag. I have named one of the voices in my head lag. So it's that crazy bastard I can feel running around like the side of my head doing somersaults, like like he's on a skateboard going around. That guy. Yeah, I named him lag. All right, so here's your chance to jump into the chat and tell me what you think about the Enforcement Act.
Oh my God, they're all going to know my name and address.
I only have one thing to say negative about it, is because why do I get mine so late in the game that whenever you tell me the postcard will be here by the 29th, but I have until the 27th, or you might deactivate my account. But I don't think they will. But
no,
I had 0 issues whatsoever, folks. I took a picture sitting right here of my driver's license back. I downloaded a copy of my business, the last month's statement. I uploaded them all from sitting right here. And the next morning I checked it. They'd accepted all that. And I clicked on the thing and they said, your postcard will be here by the 29th. That's it. I had no issues whatsoever. I mean, I've still got to punch the number in when it gets here. But for me,
you'll get a postcard that looks like this. And it doesn't come as a postcard. But there's the red number there. That's what you got to put in. Why am I hiding my address? Everybody on here knows my address already.
I don't know. Nobody wants to come see you.
They do send it priority, so you get it usually. Mine came within a few days.
You're in Conneaut, Ohio, and you see the big lime green house that looks like Kermit the Frog should live there. That's where you stop.
Our house is white on the outside, by the way.
Oh, I know.
For now. Eventually it will be green, I guarantee it. Yeah.
They're
The
not
only
doing.
issue I had.
They're not doing a postcard. Troy, everybody does get a postcard. I don't think there's only certain.
No.
Because a lot of people didn't
Yeah.
have to do the postcard.
The only issue I had was that the process took forever all the glitches they had with it. But other than that, the process was smooth.
You want to know what my biggest problem with it is they want you to verify these like 5 things. If my driver's license and bank statements are good enough to verify my personal address, the personal and the business are the same address. Why does it not verify the business address? Why do I have to get a postcard for the business address, but you'll accept my driver's license and as proof for the?
I'm wondering if you're registered as a business on Amazon instead of a personal. Is that the difference? That you would need a postcard as opposed to not?
I did choose business when I went through mine because I'm an escort, but
I chose individual, but I still got the postcard, so I guess it doesn't matter.
So hopefully everyone else is everyone else has this. I know there's been a lot of horror stories. The one thing I don't necessarily agree with this process. You know, right now, if we could disband the federal government and get rid of Congress, they have written enough laws and all these laws. If we could take the year of 2024 off and say you can't make any more fucking laws because we got too damn many to begin with for a supposed free society. Why does there already is 1099 in me, which is going to the. How can I be someone that I'm not? Whenever I've given you my tax ID, it is on file with Amazon. I am paying taxes through the ID which I've given you. You know exactly who the hell I am. This ain't a mystery. I get they're bad actors. There are people that they don't know. The one thing, just think about this though. The one thing that's going to do is this is going to clean up some of the ones that, read Ed's group. Me and Steve read the same one. I've got a U.S. based business, but I live in wherever, and I'm waiting for my registered agent to try to get me a postcard so I can punch these numbers in within 7 days. You're not running a U.S. business. You're running a drop shipping business on Amazon. You're hiding the people. You got to read between the lines. The people that are having issues with this, because for the most part, there are the exceptions. Someone called me yesterday, and I think he's one of the exceptions. But
there's always going to be exceptions. CJ said he's gotten the postcard twice now, but he's got nowhere to enter it. I would go through and open a support case. I was having issues on my end. I opened a support case the next day. Everything started flowing.
Yes, I've got a friend. I don't know if they're in the chat or not. The most confusing thing about the whole process was they put the day in front of the month. Who does that? What kind of savage puts, for what's today's date? June 21st, 21/6/23. What kind of savage does that? The month is always first. I almost put the wrong numbers in there for my birthday.
In this country, the month is always first. In most other countries, the month is not first.
I gotta see if we can get my to do the math.
Is there let me look at the postcard and see if there's any other information on here. Somebody says there's an email link. I don't have any sort of email link. It doesn't tell me. But I clicked on the actual where it said address verification turned blue. That's how I got it, but I'm not seeing any other way. Log into your Amazon selling account. In the code field, enter the code from your postcard. Click on submit. So it doesn't really tell you anything on here.
Lag, give me a break, you piece of crap. Why he likes to pick on me, I don't know.
Lag likes to pick on everybody, I think.
God, it doesn't. You're supposed to respect your elders, not treat them like punching bags.
We don't know that you're his elder. Maybe he's older than all of
Oh,
us.
I'm sure I'm his elder, but because I'm just about everybody's elder, but that's beside the point. I'm elderly, so he should treat me. Yeah, you love me. You know, you know how long lag has been out of my will? Uh, Pretty much the second day I knew him. There you go.
I agree with Flippy Good
Speaking
said
of
everything was
elder
good on his
statesmen,
end. Everything was good on his end before he ever got the postcard, but he kept it anyway. Do that. That's how I kept mine. Keep it in case there's ever an issue.
And so that's the other thing too is anytime you have when you're dealing with something like this, Amazon is 80% ready. They're going to let it go. There's going to be 20% of the people that are going to have issues because that's the way Amazon operates. Open cases, make some documentation so that when they look at it, they don't just because I don't know that anybody's been shut down for this. The 27th is the date. There's going to be a lot of gnashing of teeth and whining. You don't think they'll do it on the 27th, John?
7/17.
Because I don't think Harlan's at work this morning. As of yesterday, Harlan had not even been. They haven't even said anything to him to do it for his account yet.
You're going to get a warning on the 20th, a second warning on the 27th, and on 7/17 they're going to, and this is from internal. On the 17th they're going to start suspending payouts. They're not going to close your account right away.
I'm sorry, I missed something. Who is at Amazon?
Yes.
And why are they doing this?
Well,
It's the whole Informed Consumers Act.
The Informed Consumers Act, where you're having to prove who you are.
Oh, okay.
I wonder how many people are going to lose their second accounts. I bought this account, or I'm hiding behind this, and they have to prove who they are. And Amazon goes, "Wait a minute, we suspended your dumbass."
I actually like that they're doing this in depth of a verification.
I don't hate it either. I think it'll get rid of some bad actors.
How is this going to affect if it's even going on in Amazon? These offshore sellers that are selling to Amazon and
If they can't prove who they are, they're going to be suspended. And
Well, but also they do, like we discussed earlier, they have agents in the U.S. who have an address somewhere and they'll use it.
If they've been told that if they send it to an RA, the RA is to return the postcard.
they're okay.
No,
the registered agent is not. They're being told to not forward this on because they're telling the registered agent we're trying to verify an address, and if you send this, if the registered agent, so say I'm a registered agent and I've got 100 Amazon from overseas and I've got 100 of these postcards, and they go to prove an address on 100 people that I just helped get around the system, I am now perpetrating fraud on this act, and so they're going to have some. I'm sure it's going to be a crime, and they're going to have some kind of legal responsibility because if you're helping someone violate the law now, if this is law. Don't make the mistake that the Informed Consumer Act is just something Amazon's doing because they hate us. They're doing this because they are required by law. If they weren't required by law, they wouldn't be doing this.
I like that it's in depth because it's going to level the playing field in many areas.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see how August and September, how things. You've also, you've got suspended accounts and people that have violated rules. I mean, not everybody who gets suspended by Amazon. There are a lot of people who are mistakenly accused. I get it. But you've got a lot of people that have these ghost accounts and all the rest of this stuff, drop shippers and everything else.
I got everything done in 24 hours except for the postcard.
Same thing. I got the same thing. I'm just waiting on the card now.
They must be covered up because I started to open an Amazon account last Tuesday, and I'm still it says, we will be back in touch in 2 days. It went from that to
welcome to Amazon.
It went from that to let me find it. Shit, I just covered up it to like we're having high volume of business to deal with, and we will be back with you as quickly as possible.
So lag, it's not so what they're a registered US business. Who gives a rat's ass? They are physically located in another country. They are claiming a US but they don't have a physical location because most of them are dropshipping.
Which is against the rules.
It's against the rules anyway.
Well, that's what I said. That was a question.
You know what happens when you drop ship? You get stuck. As me, a normal seller, you get stuck with this.
Hey, you screw everybody else.
Scott, you're not right.
Some of them are using U.S. fulfillment centers to fulfill product.
Prep centers. Oh yeah, they don't. But they're getting around Amazon's rules in this whole thing because they're not a U.S. seller.
They won't be for much longer.
I'm sure there's rules that Amazon have, and I'm sure John will be able to tell us, but for foreigners to sell on the U.S. market legitimately, because we can sell in Mexico and Canada, so they've got to have something like that.
I don't know all the rules, but yes, there are ways for foreign companies to sell on U.S. soil.
What if they're doing FBA?
Same thing. You have to verify. It's about identification. You have to verify who you are.
Right.
And what it's doing is it's closing a lot of loopholes on fraudulent businesses, fake tax numbers, fake addresses, fake this, fake that. They're closing all these loopholes, which is a good thing. If you're a seller, you should be thankful that this is coming out because it is going to close a lot of loopholes that people use to
100%.
circumvent the systems. Is it a pain in the ass? Yeah. You know where I got my notification? I was on a cruise ship with no internet.
You technically didn't get it.
Well,
What's his name got it?
but I got home and I knew it was coming. So, guess what I had in a folder? I had everything that I knew I was going to need. So it was like here, upload.
It wasn't a hard process.
And then once you started verifying, you could go into different sections and start verifications of different areas all at the same time. But if you run a legitimate business and you have people that help you, accountants, lawyers, you're incorporated right, you do your minutes, you do whatever it is that your entity needs. If you're running a legitimate business, you should breeze right through the process.
Or if you're just following the rules, I mean, it's a simple process. It's my biggest problem, John, was like I was telling them. My driver's license proves my personal address. The personal and business are the same. It should have proved them both instead of a postcard because the address is the same. If it's good for one, it should have been good for both. But other than that,
I get the postcard thing though because, like you said, that guy in the foreign country, he's not going to be able to get that postcard. And if his RA gets it, and he's getting 6,000 other postcards, no wonder they can't get a hold of the RA.
And you think Amazon systems will be smart enough to realize, there's a registered agent. How many sellers do we have with this same address?
Well, they're using a mailbox, etc. type place, I'm sure.
I know, but you look at it and go, what are the chances that, if it's a mailbox, it's going to be the same number on the street or very, very similar. What are the chances that there are 150 Amazon sellers in this block?
But there's nothing wrong with that. A registered agent doesn't have a box number.
Because a lot of people live in, and something I thought about too is, if you have a business and don't want your home address to be, but you're working from home. If you're you don't want your home address, because like when you go over like maps or something like that and you scan over subdivisions, it pops up, XYZ business here, there, and everywhere. If you want to kind of have some kind of separation between your home and business, and you go out and rent a room in an office building somewhere, you could be 29716 South Boulevard, Suite 100, and somebody else could be 200 and 300. And it's not trying to rip off anybody. It's just trying to protect your own identity, because some subdivisions don't let you have businesses. So, I mean, but like Steve said, if you got 500 people in one business building, that's a pretty damn good sized building right there.
John's business address is not. It's probably his brother's, where the warehouse is.
No, I have an office in New Jersey.
Right.
Turnpike or interstate?
I have an actual address in New Jersey for the corporation. It's the headquarters. I didn't even send a postcard in my name. I sent it in my vice president's name because he's the one that's going to go get it.
So
and
said
Amazon didn't say a word.
Feds will not give a sole prop a second EIN number. Will they? If in that case, is the EIN number, should it be in your personal name or should the name?
From what I was told, if you get an EIN number, it's attached to your personal name, even though you're doing a DBA. An EIN would only be issued to like a corporation or something of that sort. So you'd have a separate one. Does that make any sense?
So JR, I get it. JR says put in the big orange deactivation notice on to freak a lot of people out. So what's the alternative? Put a little mark here somewhere and hope people see it, and then you on the 17th, whenever you can't get a payout, how many people will go, how was I supposed to know that? They should have put a big flashing neon sign if they were going to stop my payments. You can't have it both ways. It's something this serious. They did it the right way. Make it obvious. Make it where you can't miss it. They're eliminating themselves in the equation by saying, well, Amazon didn't tell me. If you logged into your account, Amazon told you because it's screaming bright yellow at you. You can't miss it.
So your stuff will still stay on the marketplace, and they will still sell it and still ship it if it's FBA, but they won't send you your money until you do the paperwork.
Correct.
Sounds about right.
Unless you deactivated the listings on it, you'd have to suspend your own listings.
I'm going to guess if you don't comply and you have FBA inventory after a while, and you have deactivated your listings, you might as well kiss goodbye to that inventory until you comply.
And I wonder too. I guess moving forward, but how about all the newer accounts had to do this anyway? So, you wonder about somebody who's got like brand new accounts that they have to go through the verification process because they've been doing all these interviews and postcards and stuff for a couple of years now.
They did it across all accounts.
Yeah, I'm guessing that they know that if it's changing, they've been doing it to new accounts too.
Right. Because, which this might be something they've always done. When I used to have an Amazon account, then I closed it because it got closed because I wasn't using it. But reopening it or getting a new account, you have to send a copy of your driver's license. My driver's license number starts out like 0000123456. Well, when I keyed in the information, I just put 123456. Well, they said that the two driver's license didn't match, and so when I went back in and changed it to add the 4 zeros, then everything was fine.
Here's the thing. I'm sure when Scott and John and we didn't have to do any of that stuff. So there's a lot of old legacy accounts that never had to verify a damn thing back in the day.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah, I never had to verify anything. This is the first time I've ever had to verify anything with Amazon. No. What the hell?
Who's
I
vacuuming?
know
Working
that in recent years they've been having phone interviews and you got to send in your driver's license and all that stuff, which is really good.
All right, so Victoria has a great point off topic. Your eBay store coupons end at the end of the month. Make sure you get your free boxes or tape or whatever.
I don't have a store anymore.
All right.
I mean, there is a mute button.
John, are you
Is that your
primarily,
yard guy?
are
Yeah.
you primarily
Yeah.
Oh,
Amazon?
I thought it was.
He's
I
blowing
thought it
up.
was one of these fools.
Are you, John? Are you primarily Amazon, or are you still doing eBay too?
I do both.
So what is so Timothy's got a question. What is Safe-T on Amazon about? We don't have any clue. You file a safety claim if a customer returns an item that is not the same condition, or you need to do something in order,
That
because you
one
don't
is for
refund it.
merchant fulfilled, right?
Margin fulfilled. So say, a customer buys this iPhone I sold them and they return this Galaxy, you can get 100% of your money back. Or if they, they open a DVD.
It's opening a claim is all it is.
Yeah, it's a claim. They open I sell them a new DVD. They send me back a used one. I'm taking half.
Yeah, JR, that's what I'm
Slowdown. Anybody got summer slowdown?
Nope.
Sell shit people want. That's what I can tell you.
All
tired
of
of
the
hearing
lawnmower parts are flying out of here.
We beat that horse to death. If people
I sold so much mosquito spray in the last 2 weeks, you wouldn't believe it. It's the right time of year.
Wait, you're selling again?
Just some stuff I had left over from last year on eBay.
Oh.
And boy, did they fly off the shelf. And yes, I'm still selling. I'm just not selling as much. So I'm the part timer on the panel right now.
Okay, so we're going to start a movement now to free Little Wayne. Everybody
I don't want to hear about your Little Wayne.
Everybody realize Little Wayne the rapper is committed the same crime that Hunter Biden did on the gun form. They're trying to put Little Wayne in jail because he is a free thinker and thinks for himself. They want him to go to jail for up to 10 years. But if your name is Hunter Biden, the Justice Department is laid on their backs while they're shooting off on their own bellies. It's just ridiculous. The two tiers of justice folks are going to take this country down. It doesn't matter about Inform Acts or anything else. At some point, if the country's not left, there's not going to be anything left. Continue to do this and to continue to put it in our faces with, the Hillary Clintons of the world and all the rest of these people getting away with whatever they want to. At some point, it's going to be time to rise up.
I don't know where I stand with all. It's to a point that I don't even turn on the news.
I don't either, but that one's hard to miss.
You're right. That one is very hard to miss.
John's having coffee with Bill and Hill tomorrow, so he's got to stay neutral.
With who?
So get this
Bill
right.
and Hill.
No.
I only know a little bit about this, but so Harlan went to Vegas last week, week before last, whatever it was. So his daughter was there for an HR conference, and the main headliner was Slick Willie himself. Slick Willie was there to tell them about hiring and finding workers and what to do and the economy and all this craziness. You know what his answer to all of it was?
Have a nice desk that you can hide a girl under?
Hire illegal workers. They're your answer to everything. telling all these HR people to hire illegal. You have paid him how many hundreds of $1,000s to come speak for him to tell you to break the fucking law?
Well, it's the only way you're going to get work done.
Did he actually say that? I mean, illegal workers, or is he trying to shroud it like immigrants, or?
I'm sure he used the politically correct terms. He didn't call them illegal aliens. He didn't call them,
That's because they're not illegal.
Well, not in certain areas, apparently not.
They're technically still illegal.
That's because you follow the law.
Damn it.
Slick Willie, huh?
Slick Willie.
Who hires him to be? I get it that he was the former president of the United States, but
this is my opinion on the whole thing. These big corporations have so many shares of stock that they have got to give everybody their quarter for. That's at some points there's just not enough quarters to go around, so they get 2 dimes instead of a quarter.
I mean, it's gonna continue until we do something about it. Like last night we went to a restaurant. So for those of you who don't know, yesterday would have been Kevin Tyree's 46th birthday. Missed that dude a lot. Harlan's younger brother who passed a year and a half ago. So as a group of guys who used to meet a lot, we got together last night. Just, kind of a lot of remembering a lot of the good times with Kevin and some celebrating. And we're at a restaurant, one that we ate at a lot, and they have half of their dining room closed down because they only have 3 servers. We're looking up there like, there's all those tables. I go, yeah, we don't have enough servers to run those. We only have 3 servers. You're going to have to wait. And so we were on the restaurant was not particularly busy. I mean, it just seemed normal, but we were on a 35, 40-minute wait. Only ones there because they didn't have servers. It's going to
I went into a Sonic yesterday, and this is maybe not the same. This may be a little off topic, but to pick up 2 orders. I'm doing my DoorDash. And their fryer had broken down. But the real problem was that 90% of the employees were brand new and had started within the last week or 2. Schools just got out, so their employees are new. So the one girl who's been working there for a long time is trying her best to make all the customers happy because there was long wait times because the fryer broke down. She goes into the back room and the manager lays into her for no apparent reason. She's like, she goes back there and the manager's like, either you're back here to help or you're hurting us. And she's like, I'm just trying to get these orders out, And I looked that girl straight in the eye when I left that place because I waited for 15 minutes for these 2 orders that should have been ready when I got there. I looked her in the eye and said, you don't get paid enough for that bullshit. Because the lady swore at her and everything. She's like, yeah, I'm quitting on Saturday. So I'm like, good for you.
How does that hurt your DoorDash deal, being late like that?
If I speak to the customer, I just apologize to them. Yeah, I can tell them that things are running behind in the app. It doesn't hurt me any.
Everybody knows. It's not. This is not a shock that places don't have employees. This is not a. But
the way that manager talked to that girl just pissed me right off. I almost walked into the kitchen. It was that bad. She's the only one there trying to get everything right.
Right.
I see the subway sign in San Francisco driving by. Their hours are from 10 to 2, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday.
And they're probably following. If you guys paying attention to San Francisco, do you want to see what happens to these when you get rid of the police and you follow all these leftist policies and you let you elect all these left? The lesson is you got to understand that your vote is what's allowed this to happen. Go look at this. They are destroying San Francisco. There's going to be no businesses left downtown. There's no hotels. Everybody's pulling out. A mall pulled out last week. There's going to be nothing there. And who does it hurt? It hurts the people that live there. We celebrate. It happened on, I think, Father's Day or June. It happened on Juneteenth. It was, I don't know where it was, but they were showing these black youth that were just terrorizing this McDonald's. and how a lot of people were celebrating that they're getting theirs and all this stuff. No, they're not. Next week, McDonald's is going to say, "Fuck y'all, we don't need to be here," and lose money and be terrorized by this community. The community is what gets hurt until there's some self-policing and people realize, you know, all these baby daddies running around with guns think they're adults. You're hurting your neighbors. You're hurting your grandma and grandpa. And
It's those same kids are going to get hurt. They're not going to be able to get a job, and then you're going to have more crime.
Understand all that we're going through is biblical.
It is.
All you have to do is go into the Bible and you see it over and over again. There was good kings and there was bad kings. Right now, we're under a time of bad kings. It'll get turned around and it'll have a good king and then there'll be a bad king and there'll be a good king. Sometimes we feed into this a little too much and we forget about who is really in charge of everything.
So I did see that, Gary, that AT&T announced they were leaving San Francisco as well. AT&T,
Oregon, the people, they're moving out left and right. Big companies.
San Francisco is ugly, dude.
AT&T,
We flew in, got into a bus, and got on the cruise ship. I mean, we were escorted from time the plane landed to the time we got on the ship. It looks worse than LA.
So I kind of lost my whole train of thought.
Who did y'all go with, real quick, like John? What cruise line?
Princess.
Okay.
And I told my wife, I said, listen, I don't care about the cost of it. Book everything through Princess. We booked airfare. We booked the transfer from the airport to the cruise ship. We did everything through Princess because if you read their terms, if any of those things get delayed, Princess is responsible for everything.
Right. And that ship's not going to pull away from the dock.
Nope. Not without me.
Yeah. Because it's their vendor.
That's the cruise my wife wants to take someday, and I hope to
Scott, going back to your happy days as a manager and a district manager of the fast food industry, if you were still in that industry right now, what would you be doing? Flipping burgers besides
no, I don't think he'd still be in that industry.
Flipping burgers and frying fries and all that kind of stuff just to make up the slack.
That's what they're expecting the salary managers to do. 100% correct.
Here's what's going to happen. You're going to see more McDonald's like Vegas. They have a McDonald's now in Vegas. I haven't been to it yet. That is 100% automated.
So McDonald's they did one in Dallas, and it's not technically 100% automated. So you do your own ordering, but there's people in the back making the food, and we'll give you your order at like a little tray at a little window, because I've seen it. But it's
like the old automats from the 40s and 50s,
right?
But
that's actually pretty cool.
Inside there, I don't think there's even any seats inside. But if you can come in and order,
and what you're going to find, and what's going to happen next is menus are going to start slimming down.
It's already started.
That have it your way is going to go out the window. You're going to start seeing a hamburger, cheeseburger, quarter pounder, and fries with soda, because they're going to be able to mass produce what they're making.
John might remember this. I know Todd has to if they had McDonald's where he lived at. But I remember the first McDonald's I really remember, and I've told it before, is because we had a Cub Scout coupon book that we could use every month when I was a Cub Scout. You would go up to a window and place your order, and then you either ate in your car or they would have had some kind of picnic table, concrete thing for you to sit at.
Outside.
But there was no restaurants. It was just walk up windows. And
Matt Snapper, you're 100% correct. I worked in fast food for 25 years. It is very hard and very.
I think the first restaurant who gets on that, everything's not walk up, but you could drive up and just. There's a McDonald's where we're at. Their lobby is closed most of the day. There's certain hours that it's open, and That's it. It's just drive-through anymore.
McDonald's is
They
not
don't
in
have
the
to hire-
burger business.
Yeah, they don't have to hire as many employees that way. They don't have, there's a lot less for them to do. And it's every day they're open, they're closed. They're only open between 11 and 4, and the rest of the day it's drive-through only. And there's a lot of, I've noticed a lot of Asian restaurants pickup only. That's it. And those that I think is going to be a trend here because you can't hire enough people to keep these. Look at that Sonic. I mean, no wonder that manager's so over the top swearing at people. I mean, literally swearing. Use the F word at least 3 times. And if I can hear it, all the customers in the lobby can hear it. You know what I mean?
So
No wonder.
Have you seen?
It's just
Have
so
you been
bad.
into a 7-Eleven lately? I don't know if they have them out there where you're
I
at.
have.
They've got self checkouts now. You just set everything onto the on a pad, and it's
Yeah.
got little cameras that scan everything and weigh it, and and then it tells you how much you owe.
Yep.
Harlan
I've
paid-
seen them.
Harlan went into a Mapco and paid cash for gas. Stop complaining about no one at the register. Just use a debit card like anybody else.
That's right.
Yeah. Well, all these people say, I won't use self checkout. Well, you got something coming to you because eventually that's all you're going to be able to use. I have my oldest son is that way. I won't use self checkout. He goes to McDonald's and goes to the counter to order instead of using the computer. Well, eventually you're not going to have that option.
It's after 8 o'clock, Harlan, and I have not seen any kind of news alert that they're rushing to the bank to arrest some crazy man in the lobby. So you have not cussed out your bank yet. So Harlan went to Vegas and back. So now that he's back in town, they're shutting down his debit card due to potential fraud because he's been in 2 parts of the country.
Sucker.
They
All you
supposedly
got to do is call him.
he's at the restaurant last night getting declined. And so it happened to me, I don't know, about 8 months ago or some mess. Same thing. One of my cards got turned off or something. And while I was in the bathroom, they're like, we've been waiting for you to come back from the bathroom. Your shit got declined. And it was kind of poetic justice for Harlan to get declined last night.
When we went to Australia, while we were in Australia, my mother-in-law was at the house, staying at our house, and she got a call from Wells Fargo, which is our bank, and said, we want to verify a charge that's kind of unusual. And my mother-in-law said, is it from Australia? And they said, yeah. And she said, well, they're in Australia for the next 2 weeks. So ever
It's
since
usually
then, especially when we started traveling, getting the boys in Russia and Ukraine, we made sure we contacted the bank and let them know that we were out of the country.
I used to have issues.
Listen, they're doing it for your protection.
Yeah, we
I
didn't have
I
any
used to have
problems with it
issues.
at all.
With the Rite Aids. I go to 32 Rite Aids in a day, and halfway through they shut my card off.
Well, not everything works that way, John. A lot of these baby daddies running around here could have used a condom for my protection. They could have pulled out for my protection.
all these ADDs, all different daddies.
Yeah.
But it's
But a lot of that you can make. I don't know if his bank offers it or not, but Wells Fargo, through all the hell they've in the media they've been in the last few years, if they have an issue about a card, I'll get a text and I can they won't suspend it anymore. After I raise enough hell, as long as you answer the text, it carries on.
right.
That's very nice. Because you know how many times I got debit cards shut down going through 41 states buying retail arbitrage? It was every trip something got shut down.
American Express, baby, they don't shut you off.
If you use a business credit card, if you have a business opening, like I have a business card, that one never got shut down, ever.
John,
If you have a personal card, they
You
can.
have one of them black ones that don't have a limit on it, so they don't care what you spend on.
So if you're looking, I got the scroll going across. So I code bearded on Supply Hut. If you're looking for boxes, that'll save you 5% off because they're already the cheapest boxes. They're stupid fast. I ordered boxes on Monday, or actually I ordered them on Saturday. They got here yesterday. It's very impressive how fast their shipping is right now.
Did you count to make sure you got all you're supposed to get?
Yes, I did.
Because that's who had the issue with the bubble wrap, isn't it?
There were like 3 companies that had issues with it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I'm not
guess that
saying that in
bubble
a
wrap.
bad way. Because when you
I'm gonna guess that bubble wrap issue's fixed by.
Yeah, probably so. Because when you buy product from somebody, you're expecting it to be what you get. So I don't, as far as like Supply Hut, I don't have an issue with them because they were buying what they ordered bubble wrap, and they were supposed to have gotten bubble wrap in the right length, and it goes back to the manufacturer.
I'm not unrolling any of this stuff. I'm not unrolling tape. Measure the tape rolls. I got the 25.
How many bubble wrap manufacturers do you think there are in the United States? I bet you there's only a couple, and I bet you all those companies order from the same ones, and that's why they all had problems.
Todd was concerned about the size of his roll of tape, and I think he was going to roll it. He was going to roll it down the street.
I'm gonna tie it to my lawnmower and unroll it using the self-propel on my lawnmower while it's smoking. So yeah.
Get a long straight stretch, and you're good to go. Some people are talking about that American Bubble Boy just started with tape. Looks like good tape. I don't know. They say it's cheap. I might have to try it. But they do have. Mark says they offer 3-inch. So
they sell paper tape because
I don't think they sell paper tape. But there's still instances where you have to use clear tape.
I know, but you know how long a case of that stuff lasts now?
Forever. I just buy 2-inch tape anymore from Walmart because I rarely use it. But
I
if
just
you're
want to
in
know.
the
I
need
just
of
would like to
3-inch
see
tape,
Scott
I think
packing up boxes with that paper tape where he's having to lick all the paper tape and stick it down.
sometimes the edge doesn't stick down, and don't tell any of my customers, but I'll lick it and stick it.
I should just hide the chat so I don't read lags and stuff. It's but it's amazing the craziness with printers. I made that short. I found a printer. It's an HP. I don't know, 4 or 5 months ago. They only had 3 pages printed on it, and I printed one of those 3. It's insane. The stuff that's out there, folks. I talk about it a lot in videos if I'm at yard sales. If you're going to do yard sales and you're not upgrading your own stuff, what the hell are you doing? I see 3-inch tape guns at yard sales. I see better printers. I bought this freaking computer at a yard sale.
Because that shit can be expensive to a business too, though.
Yeah, right.
We've talked about this. It's hard for me to switch from 2-inch to 3-inch tape. Although I found out when I was in Kentucky, we're using 3-inch tape now.
It in the long run will save you money.
Yeah, but it's very hard. It's hard to shift over because you have a steady, we have a stock.
Yeah, you'd have to wait for your supply to go all the way down to almost nothing, and then order new and hope to get there on time.
What we did was we ordered 3-inch and sat it on the shelf and ran out of the 2-inch and then went to the 3-inch. He bought guns, he bought tape dispensers, he bought everything he needed to run 3-inch. Used up to 2.
You're not freaking special, John. If I wanted to switch, or anybody on the audience wanted to switch from 2 to 3, they would do the same thing. They would run out to 2 and use the 3 and have to order.
Yeah, but you guys buy
scale.
Rolls.
You're not special.
I bought 10 cases.
But you
just
use
a smaller scale is all.
But in the way, I would bet that you would use it at the same pace that someone else would use it, so it would still be very similar. Just because you use a lot more of it.
Yeah, I use a lot.
Size matters is all I know.
But I'm getting out of that stuff now. I'm actually hiring third parties to do that stuff.
Scott, you were talking about the brother printers back years
kill
ago
them.
when I worked part-time for Staples. Every time those little printers, those little tiny ones went on sale for $49.95, This one company came in and they would buy every one we had on the shelf and every one at the nearest Staples. They would buy every one of them.
When those brothers went out, they went for $15. They clearanced them for $15 a piece.
We never clearance brother the
you never got the
$49
chance
one,
to.
which was was a little black and white one, and the $79 one was the one with wireless on it. We never clearance those things out because we never had them on the shelves because the people would come in and buy those things
If you've
and
never
just
used
run
one
them
of
to
these lasers,
death.
these brother lasers, and I guess it's for all of them. A laser and an inkjet are completely different. If you buy an older inkjet printer at a yard sale, there's a chance that cartridge is in it has dried up, or if it's a fancier one, the print head is dried up, and you have some issues trying to get that done. A laser printer does not have print heads, the way it operates off of the drum, and I've had printers that would, for some reason, I either sell it or want to switch them. I go get one out of the storage building. It works no matter what because it's a different setup. So you feel if you're at a yard sale and see it, HP makes an 1102W. I would suggest you sell that one because it's worth still 150 used. But that one is a small printer. I had one of those for like 7 years until I replaced it with this color thing over here from a yard sale.
Yeah, well, I had a black and white one. Printed only black and white.
So I mean, I got that one at an estate sale. So I'm like, you know what? I'll use the color one. I sold the black and white one, but brother toners, if you use the generic ones, they're like 2 for $15. You're 100% correct.
And they last forever. I don't think I bought a cartridge in 3 years. I don't use the laser printer as much. I use that more for household documents or if somebody needs something.
The biggest problem I have buying the 2 for $15 is keeping up with the second one because it's a long time before I get to it.
Yep. Where did I put that damn thing? So I bought my laser printer 5 years ago now. And even today, that one's still worth, $60 to $80 plus shipping on eBay. Just because it's a good brother laser printer.
Yeah, I got my printer at the auction for $10. It had 3,000 pages. Now it's probably got 35,000, but jeez.
Yeah, check if do some Googling on the life of how many pages a brother printer will print out. A brother laser printer. It's a number that will surprise you for sure.
So the Sony Night Shot camera sold for $100 plus shipping on top.
Nice.
Why is the shipping always on top? Why can't it be underneath? Why can't the shipping be first?
It could be on the
Why
side.
can't it be next to it? Yeah.
Okay.
Why can't it be in the vicinity of?
It ships for $12.90 plus the
Listen,
camera on
shipping,
top.
shipping has rights too. It should be on the side.
Yeah,
On
maybe
the side.
you've
Should be
got
equal.
submissive shipping that wants to be on the bottom.
Y'all are
Scott.
So Laura is reminding everyone that Prime Day is the 11th and the 12th. If you don't have your inventory headed that way by now, I don't know that you can get it there.
Has anybody seen the new shipping rates for Amazon?
No.
There's two different charges now. You can send it in slow or you can send it in fast.
Like
That's
sending
what she
inventory into Amazon, you're talking.
Yeah, when you send inventory into Amazon, they're going to ask you, how do you want it received? Slow or fast? Fast is 2.75% higher or something.
It might be worth it though.
I don't know. I'm just telling you.
Does it just give you a priority once it hits the warehouse? Is that what it is?
Or is it already getting to the warehouse?
I don't know. I honestly don't know because it doesn't make a difference to me. It's only on UPS shipment.
I would pay it if it's priority once it gets to the warehouse.
The pallet, I ship by pallet, so you don't get that.
Harlan said he always asks them that they want it fast or slow. Hey, that's the gentleman you are there, Harlan. There you go.
You know them $10 hookers want it fast.
They just
So
want to
you
make their
move
money.
on to the next customer.
Yeah. Get in, get out.
So is there anything else in the world of reselling? We've beat the slowdown to death.
I don't know why there's such a thing about slowdown. I had my biggest day so far this year, Monday.
It's you know what it is, John. It's the same thing. People can't accept the fact that maybe they're part of the problem, and so it's much easier instead of looking at your business and looking at what you sell, and looking at things. Your part in this process, and just to go, that damn eBay or that damn Amazon. It's very easy to you can name 100 glitches. Amazon's probably not selling as much now because they're put too much focus on the Assumed Consumer Act, and I can't they can't handle my packages or whatever.
Speaking of the Informed Consumers Act, eBay has to comply with that as well. And I got an email the other day that gave me an exception if I sell under 20,000 or 200 items. So you can actually get an exemption.
But didn't eBay, when we switched over, I wonder if this counts for eBay, when we switched over to their payment systems, I had to send them driver's license and all that shit.
They haven't asked for anything as far as that, but they're for smaller sellers. In other words, under 20,000 annual gross and under 200 items sold, you don't have to put your name on that.
I actually believe Amazon's being as tough as they are to clean up the seller base.
I do too.
They're definitely taking it farther than any other platform. In fact,
I think
never
they're trying to level out the seller platform a little bit.
Trying to get rid of the duplicate accounts and all that kind of mess.
I also know that next month Amazon
sellers.
is having is conducting a meeting with 10 sellers on how can they improve, how can they lower the cost to sellers and increase profitability. They are approaching seller. They are having these seller meeting boards where they're inviting bigger sellers for suggestions on how to improve Amazon.
So Joanna says that when I'm talking about crap inventory, I'm talking to her. We all need to hear. We all have bad buys, Joanna, and a lot of people don't want to recognize the fact that okay, so what could a bad buy? And they don't want to recognize what a bad buy is. Sometimes a bad buy is something you won't list because it's something you don't like. It can be worth money, but if you're not going to get it listed and get it sold, what good is it to spend the money to do it?
I gotta address lag for a second. First of all, yes, I did
have
read the whole.
bad buys. It's just how many times do you think about it? That's part of the equation. If you're spending your time and you make them bad buys and you're forcing yourself trying to list these things, well, maybe I can get my money back. Maybe I can make $1 or $2. Whenever you should have a minimum, if it's not $25, I'm not messing with eBay. And so why am I trying to get my $3 back by listing 4 or 5 items that are still not going to add up to the $25? Those are bad buys.
All right, let me address lag real quick. He says I didn't read the whole email. First of all, yeah, I did. No, there is nothing about 5K for 4 months in the email I got. I did forget to say that it has to be new condition items. So if you sell $20,000 revenue and 200 more new condition items a year, you have to give your address. If you sell less than that, you do not, according to the email I got. There's nothing about any 5,000 over 4 months or anything like that. Go ahead. I just had to address lag. Tell me it was wrong.
That damn lag.
I think people have got to diversify what they're selling and have a wide variety of stuff if they need to have consistent sales. Because if you go to the mall, all the specialty shops are closing down.
It's not on the bottom of the email, lag.
Not
in mine.
You have to find, and I say this all the time, find your lane, get in your freaking lane, and make it work. It's not complicated.
It's not in small print either. I just read it all.
You know, I watch this one guy all the time beating his head against the wall. He sells T-shirts. He's sold them for years and years and years. He has his own brand, the T-shirt manufactured and everything. And he complains about how far down his sales have dropped year after year after year. Well,
Yeah,
print on demand. Yet he won't do a damn thing about it. You make suggestions and he just keeps complaining. And it's like, okay, I'm done making suggestions. I just laugh at him now. You know, you got to go on other platforms. People, you know, this print on demand is big. You got to go into, you got to find ways. Sears didn't want to believe the internet was going to change the world. And look where Sears is now. They're a repair shop. Sears is still in business. I bet you didn't know that, but all they do is just appliance repairs.
Yeah, they just closed the last Sears in North Carolina not too long ago, like a month ago.
We had one where I'm at, and now it's a beer place. That's Sears hometown. That's all that. I mean, that's all that they had left was
a repair shop.
Yeah.
Do y'all remember Radio Shack?
There's still Radio Shacks around. We have one local.
That's before my time.
All the little shut-ups got you lie. I'm gonna just be frank about it. You're lying. All the little small towns around where I grew up, they had Radio Shacks, but they weren't Radio Shack stores. They were affiliates, franchisers, I guess you'd say. They didn't have stores because the towns were too small. So the appliance store would have a Radio Shack in their store. And some of those, you know, the big stores closed down, but those stayed in place for a long time while they were selling through their merchandise.
We still have a operating Radio Shack in the mall here.
Yeah, those are both dinosaurs, the Radio Shack and the mall.
Yeah.
That particular mall, I don't know how anything in that mall survives. I can't remember the
last time I was
dead every time I go. The mall in Erie, busy as all get out. I hate going in there. Too many people. The mall in Ashtabula, almost dead all the time. Felix is in here.
Felix is probably having crazy sales right now because luxury's selling like mad. You can't get luxury items. Rolex is crazy. It depends on what you're selling. If you're not selling what people are buying, whose fault is it?
It's their fault for not buying what I've got.
And God knows, Scott's been trying to sell 3X panties for them.
This is what happens. This is what happens when you vote Democrat. You start saying shit like Scott does.
But the liberals were making that point last week, which is the half of the country or the left side. I don't know how much the left side this was, but remember they were mad at the conservative base of the country for being mad about the damn bathing suits and shit in Target that we should buy what Target puts out there.
But see, we don't shop at Target. I mean, that's just not where we go to shop at. It doesn't have anything to do with what they're merchandising or what they're trying to sell at the time being. We just don't shop at Target because it's not convenient.
Yeah, it's the same here.
There's one closer than the Walmart is, but I can go to Walmart and usually find what I'm looking for.
Problem I have with Target is it's a little bit higher priced usually, but
it's
I do a lot of shopping. I do a lot of shopping for DoorDash and Target, and like the produce section sucks. There's hardly anything. It's a limited supply of a lot of things that you might get somewhere else. You know what the people at Target buy a lot? The people I shop for, and I hate doing it, but it's part of my job, and I keep my personal beliefs out of my job. Is they buy these day after pills, and it bothers the fuck out of me. They're spending $50 per pill too.
Hope you don't go to the same cashier all the time because they're like, "Damn this guy."
Yeah, you self-checkout.
Steve is active.
They pay me really good. I get $18 or so to go in there and buy somebody else a pill. But I mean, and I think that's part of business, though. I have to do things that I don't always agree with.
Connie, I don't know what you're gonna do with all the Radio Shacks finally leave. I guess you're gonna have to get a new buzz stick.
Okay, let me know if you got to talk.
Hey, Connie, here we have a store that's just batteries. It's just batteries. That's all they sell.
We have one here too.
Roberta, please get rid of Tom for us.
I can leave if you want me to. But you know, jumping over to back to the restaurants and just everything in general, employees. Back when Bojangles opened up back up after the shutdown, I asked the manager who was working the window. I said, "When
It
y'all
wasn't
gonna
a shutdown; it was a lockdown."
Yeah, when are you going to open the dining room back up?" And he said, "Honestly," he says, "I hope you don't work for Bojangles." He says, "I hope we never do. I only have to have a third of the personnel, and I don't have to worry about the dining room." He says, "All I got to worry about is fixing the food, put it in bags, and hand it out the window to you."
That's why unless you've run a fast food restaurant, you don't understand. That's why the concept that John was talking about with just people in the back, because you're dedicated to run the front half of the business, which is usually 40%. The drive-thru is usually 60 to 70% of their business. You have to have twice the labor that it takes to run a drive-thru, and so it is much more cost-effective to run just a drive-thru only, just because of the sheer labor effect of. But the disappointing thing was during the lockdown, and they only had drive-thru only. Their service sucked so bad that the one thing that if I only had a drive-thru, it would race like Chick-fil-A's. I mean, it would be like not if you didn't have to deal with people up front. That was the thing that, from me being in that industry for so long, and then they finally got to where they were only drive-thrus, and they sucked at it, which is very disappointing.
The Chick-fil-A's around here, they're building these elaborate covered areas where you drive up and you place your order, and by the time you get to the window to pick up your food, there's people standing outside under covered areas handing you food.
That's what ours is like. And I'll tell you what, people love their Jesus chicken. Now that place is packed all the time.
Well,
the one
I was listening to the radio, and there was this person that does not believe in Chick-fil-A's beliefs and whatnot, but he says I can drive. He says I can drive to Chick-fil-A and be out of there normally in 15 minutes. He said that's the reason he goes to, because time is.
I don't care how packed that place is. When I'm there to pick up a DoorDash order, I never have more than a 5-minute wait ever, and I don't care how busy they are. They have a good system.
We've got one that's not too far away from our house. They already know that the shopping center people are not going to renew their lease because they have so many cars between 11 and 2 that it just disrupts the traffic for the whole shopping center. And there's no place else to move it to, and there's no way to reroute the traffic to get into their shop, into their store. But, they've got two things. They've got relatively good food, and
I don't care for it.
They got a hell of a service. Their service is something else. And that's why a lot of people go there, is because you can get in and out quick, and you're not going to be treated like trash while you're there.
It's like In-N-Out Burger. It's a limited menu that works, and it can be done in high production.
Yeah.
They're good at their. I mean, I don't know if they go through training class. I don't know how they get those guys to all be as good as they are, but
it's culture.
It's a smooth operation.
Company culture.
Yeah.
See, okay, so it is culture, but John hit on something with these restaurants that people don't understand. Why doesn't Chick-fil-A do hamburgers? It is much more effective to limit their menu, and what helps their drive-thrus move faster than most is because they have a lot less selection. You go look at a Burger King, and all the damn different burgers and chickens and fishes, and then them idiots are the one that goes, we'll make it the way you want it. there's no way to the economies of scale. Every time you add something,
Burger King's closing 400 stores this year.
Yeah, they're on their way out. We don't have. We only have.
Chick-fil-A is probably building more.
But we had it's been years ago out on Lake Wiley. There was a family that they called it the hot dog boat, and they had a big sign on the side of their houseboat that said the hot dog boat. They sold hot dogs. You could have hot dogs and bags of chips and soda. That's all they had. They paid for that day. They were expecting, because our across the street neighbor, she was one of their kids was she had a daycare, and one of their kids was at her daycare, so I knew the people. They said when they bought the houseboat, which was like 40 feet long. I mean, it was a nice houseboat. They expected they had planned on paying that houseboat off in 5 years. In one summer, they paid for that damn houseboat off of $1 hamburgers and $1 drinks and $1 chips. Because if you're out on the lake and you get the munchies, you're going to have to take your butt to the daggum marina, get off, and go find something to eat. And all this one you had to do was just drive up alongside of it and say, I want 5 hot dogs and some chips and drinks. But they did. I ran into them about 10 years later, and they said they had enough money in the bank off of that damn hot dog boat to pay for their kids' college.
When I was in North Carolina last time, I can't remember the name of the town, small little town. There was a food truck there, and they set up every Saturday, every weekend, Friday and Saturday, I think. Very nice stop. All they sell is hot dogs. That's it. You get a bag of chips, you get a drink, and you get hot dog. And damned if they don't make a lot of money doing it.
There's a place in Columbia, South Carolina, that the people there was a fast food place there. They ripped the building down, and it's just nothing but a big old parking lot. And they've got squares painted on it, and they rent spaces for food trucks on the weekend. And there's nothing there except a parking lot, some security lights at night, and during the day the food trucks pull in their space. And I was watching it on the news, and the parking lot on a Saturday was full of people because they had Spanish food, they had fried fish, they had a little bit of everything there.
So loud.
The one thing I would tell you, we're talking about a lot of restaurants, and how does this, I talk about everything, but how does this conversation affect your business? Think about, it's a lot of the same things. These restaurants that are looking at Chick-fil-A's, look at the In-N-Out, look at the ones that are the Canes. They are doing things. They are limiting what they sell you. They are doing it very good customer service. They're doing it quickly.
Systems and processes.
It's 100%. It's you can repeat this over and over. So if you have an eBay business, you sell a lot of one-offs. But if they're a lot in the same categories and things, like yesterday, I needed to test some Blu-ray players. So I went ahead and tested all 8 of them. I just made a pile of them until I got around to it. And so now I ordered the remotes yesterday for all of them. And by the weekend, the remotes will be here from Amazon. I'll have all these Blu-ray players listed, because I did them all together. It was a very streamlined process. If I'd have done one when I got here and had to bring the TV out and connect it, instead of having them all sitting there together, you can look at the businesses around you that do very well and try to figure out exactly what's the secret to their success. A lot of it too is reputation. If you get a bad reputation, the same thing with your feedback and other things. I don't order if you've got less than a 98 on eBay. I generally don't order. Same thing on Amazon. Amazon a little lower just because I know Amazon customers are, for the most part, paying.
Yeah, Timothy talks about the hot dogs at Costco. I wonder how much money they make off of people going in there at lunchtime and getting their hot dog and their drinks for $1.50 or whatever it is, and end up spending $50 well, while I'm here, I might as well go ahead and get toilet paper and stuff like
Anybody
that.
ever gone to Costco and bought just the one item they were looking for?
I had never been to Costco.
Holy hell! I mean, there's a reason
We don't have one.
Costco does have good pizza. Their hot dog, their rotisserie chicken, and their hot dogs remain the same price. It's in the CEO's contract that he can't raise them.
Yep.
It is a design thing to bring people in. They lose money on everyone.
I was just checking my feedback. Item as described in fast shipping. They may have even arrived before I had released the order. That's how fast I shipped it.
You know, I was talking to a store manager at Food Lion because I was hacked off because they had shuffled everything around in the store. And I told him, he said, well, why do you not like that? I said, because I knew where everything was at, and I would come in here and I would grab what I wanted, and I went right to checkout. I said, now I got to look for stuff, and then as I'm walking down an aisle, I'll say, oh, that's right, we're almost out of ketchup, and I'll stop and get ketchup.
If I ran a retail store, I would scramble it up. I would never would I ever leave everything the same for that one reason. You don't want people to get so comfortable in a store that you want them just a touch to make them look around. Because it's amazing. Just especially Costco is great at it. Just think about how they're designed. If you want produce, which a lot of people like their breads and produce and meats and stuff, you got to go all the way to the back of the store to get their drinks and stuff. If you want to go pick up toilet paper, which is very reasonable there, you got to go to the back of the store to get these staple items. There's a reason you got to walk through all the fun stuff.
But he said that's the reason they shuffle it around is to slow people down, because all the old guys, they come in there and they grab what they want and they get out. If they got to look for it, they might see something else that they want while they're in there.
Costco's a dangerous.
They design fast food restaurants to get you out quick. They don't want you to stay in, so the coloring and all that stuff goes into it.
So Steve, there's a point. So everybody knows I did McDonald's. I've been to Hamburger University, and McDonald's went as far as their testing of the seats that they made. That after a certain point get uncomfortable because they don't want you in that seat for so long. I mean, they spent a lot of research into designs that would
get you out,
get people to turn over seats and to get out.
The coloring, the red and the oranges, and all that, those are uncomfortable colors. It makes you get out.
Go read some of the Bezos letters and the stuff and investigate Amazon. They track anywhere your cursor moves on the screen. They design things. They do their research based on how people look at their screens and how people look at things. And they change their website and they change things and the way you see things based on how people interact with their website. That's why if I ran a store like that, if it was my store, there would always be something a little different. Give people something else to look around. Don't let them get comfortable with their processes, their people, and that kind of stuff, and make them a little uncomfortable to look around for things. You'd be amazed how much more stuff you would sell just because people go, "Oh, wait a minute, I need that."
Speaking of McDonald's, is it just me, or does every McDonald's in the entire country have the old man club early in the morning?
The old
Every
what?
restaurant does.
It's not just McDonald's. When I ran Hardee's, they do the same thing. My father-in-law went to Hardee's. They show up. They're the first ones at the door.
It's 5 a.m. or some shit.
The restaurants I ran, I know people by name if I had.
I'm still waiting. I'm starting to get pretty gray. I'm waiting for the invite.
Especially Bojangles. Look at the Bojangles. They'll be the old man crew, or even ladies do the same thing. Because it's reasonable. If you're, my father-in-law got a sausage biscuit and a senior coffee. It was under $2 for breakfast. I mean, that's hard to.
Yeah.
But look at the morning show. All the morning show.
You know what's weird? You know what's horrible? I'm the youngest guy on this show, and I'm in my 50s.
How do you know you're younger than me?
Because you keep telling everybody how old you are. You keep telling me you're older than Lag.
Well, I know I'm old
great
because I'm
grandpa or
going.
some shit.
I got to go tomorrow for X-rays to see if I need new hips or not. So I'm getting old.
Man, so Lori posted a picture where you standing behind her. Man, both y'all look amazing, man. I looked at that. I'm like, I knew what like weight you lost, and I was still like, man.
Thanks.
I saw it. I don't know if it was Lori that posted it, but there was a picture of you. You still had your goatee. And then the next day I saw another picture of you without goat. And I'm like, holy shit. What a difference. Huge difference.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
I'm still working on it myself.
We can't appreciate your true Uncle Fester unless you're one. Unless
No. Not looking like Uncle Fester anymore, I'm telling you. Maybe a little.
But listen, Felix said something. He said, it's like being a general practitioner, talking about, the specialty versus general. It's like being a general practitioner or a surgeon. They are both doctors, but two different. Yeah. And look at their salaries. A general practitioner doesn't make anywhere near as much as a surgeon.
Yep. I've had discussions with my family doctor about this. He has to get.
If you listen to Warren Buffett, Grant Cardone, any of those people, they tell you, focus on what you do. And if you look at the ultra rich, they do one thing. One thing.
Are they cooking bacon?
Not me.
Not me. I gotta use some bacon though.
I think it's Todd doing something over there.
Yeah, I'm using some stretch wrap.
But Felix, that's okay. You choose what you want. You want to be general so that you can work in different areas and it keeps your attention. That's fine.
Some people need that. I need that. I can't keep my focus on one thing forever. No way.
Listen, when I started, I said I was going to build a business that ran itself and that I could go walk away from it. And I said it would happen in 2 years. And 15 years after I said
a
it,
little bit longer than 2 years.
After 15 years, I went on a cruise that forced me. First of all, I didn't take a laptop on the cruise, which was scary. But I had cash in my pocket to go buy a laptop at the port if I needed it. But the internet was so horrible that I couldn't even check how much I was doing in sales. I was able to check my email on their little lab, computer lab. I would sneak in and check my email. I spent maybe 5 minutes a day looking at emails. It took a long time to get everybody on the same page. It can be done to be specialized. But I'd rather be general. I hate what I do. I hate the processes. I hate all the systems. I'd rather be out there. I tell Lori all the time, I'd rather start bouncing through Goodwills again, selling on eBay. Can I do it? No, too many people depend on my company now. One of them being my mother. So, unlike Lags,
you're taking a step back and let
his mother, I support my mother.
If you're taking a step back and letting other people run your business, though, you could go out and do that if you wanted.
It's not easy.
If you're really taking a step back. Just for fun, just for a hobby. Just go and do it,
I'm out of the day-to-day stuff. I really am.
Are we at 10 o'clock yet? Is it time for breakfast? What the hell?
Yeah, about that.
It's almost there.
It's about to go to Walmart. I'm about to go to Walmart. I got to pick up my order because that's the way you're going to buy from Walmart in the future. I don't care what you think.
They deliver it. They'll deliver it to you. My wife's going Walmart.
They deliver it. The Walmart guy came yesterday.
We don't have a Walmart delivery here yet.
I bet you do.
We do, but
you do.
It sucks. It's very limited. They can't get help.
I can't even get in it. It's so busy here. I can't even get it. Or so many people here, I can't even get in.
Really?
Marcia got in, and she enjoys it.
It's like Uber. We don't have Uber.
Yeah, in my town, I have nothing.
We got 9 casinos, and there's no Uber.
Oh, damn! Some guy could make a lot of money there.
Oh yeah.
Mr. Sadie, I've been thinking about what he's saying, that I'm specialized in selling more than most. And it's not what I sell, it's how I sell. And I'm really focusing in on that right now. It's more about how I sell. Um, I have systems and processes in place to run. I could sell almost anything through a system and process that I have. So it's not what I sell, it's how I sell. Yeah, yeah, it's a 5-step process. Find an item, list an item, sell, market the item, restock the item, and then make a decision. Do you keep it or kill it? It's a 5-step process. It's very simple. Harlan in Vegas, the only way to get around is by Uber, as you know, since you were just there. Vegas, if you're planning to go to Vegas, you're screwed. They're redoing the roads in Vegas for the Formula One race that's coming, and every day they work on a different area of the town, and you never know where it's going to be, and it just pops up. So there's no planning around the traffic.
How often do they run that race? Once a year, or is it?
They've never run it before, so now they have to redo all the underlayment of the roads.
I thought they had an F1 race.
Cars.
I thought they had one before in Vegas. I'd love to see one of those road race like that. It'd be really cool to see.
Bellagio had tickets for sale, $25,000 for the front row, and they sold out in a day.
Jeez, well, it's cheaper than going on a submarine to see the Titanic, I guess.
Yeah, well, I don't think they made it.
I don't think so either. I hope they didn't. To be honest with you, I hope they're not stuck down there at the bottom of the ocean.
That would frightening. Man, what a way to freaking go!
Thinking about it scares the hell out of me.
You better know God if you're down there right now with just limited amount of air, knowing that you have limited amount of air. You better know God at that point. If you don't, you're going to meet him real quick.
I would. I bet it's catastrophic failure, because that thing had 7 different ways to come to the surface if there was a problem, and none of them were deployed. So yeah, it's a catastrophic failure. I'm hoping.
That thing is like 7,000 feet below the surface of the ocean.
3,800 feet.
Oh, is that all?
It's
from what I read.
They're at twice the depth of the Grand Canyon.
Jeez.
But from what I understand, it was 3,800 feet, according to some articles I read. I don't know why I'm so into it.
Yeah, I'm not. All right, so any more?
It hits home with me for some reason.
Anybody got before I shut this down?
I'm scared to death of drowning. Maybe that's why.
I need to run to Walmart. You got 2 minutes.
But Walmart delivers.
Yeah, but I need it tonight. I don't know if they'll get it here or not. Last time we ordered this late, it came at 7. Johnny's making tacos tonight, and so I want to get some the Quest protein chips. I'm going to use as the base of the taco salad.
They don't sound keto friendly.
What doesn't sound keto friendly about it?
Tacos?
I said taco salad.
Taco.
Taco salad.
Yeah, the Quest will be the bottom of the salad, and then lettuce, tomato, cheese, sour cream. Yeah.
I need a keto-friendly taco salad. I love taco salad.
My wife's up. I got to make coffee.
Hey, Cha-ching, thank you so much. I appreciate the super chat. Yeah, those Quest chips. See, there's the thing that I'm trying to really force myself to do, and I'm currently at a plateau right now, but still been at the same thing that level, is you got to make better choices. Last night we went to a restaurant that I don't eat a lot anymore. You know, they had appetizer menu. They had wings. Hell, I had wings because that's on my diet. You know, Jody's making tacos for them tonight. I'm eating taco salad, and I could I've got low carb tortillas. I can make tacos, or I just wanted something different this time. So I'm gonna use the chips to make the salad.
I'll have to see. I think I'm eating the carb balanced tortillas right now. I think that's what they're called. But I should be able to make tacos with those.
Yeah. So the easy thing to do, it's just take a plate, put the chips on there, and then put the lettuce and everything on top of it, and then you got the crunch of a taco salad. It's gonna be awesome. I did make she did taco salads last week, and I took the extra taco meat and put it in the stuffed chaffles. I have the stuffed chaffles with taco meat in them, and then I put some different things on top of it. When they came out, they were keto friendly, some extra cheese and stuff. That was extremely good.
Right now, I'm eating chicken breast. That's it, just plain chicken breast with some seasoning and vegetables. And then I have hamburgers every other day with no bread, with vegetables.
Hey, Jennifer, good morning.
And for lunch, I have some lunch meats on a carb balanced tortilla or shell or whatever you call it.
And I have a couple stops to make on the way to Walmart. Right. All right, so treat your customers right. Sometimes you screw up. It's all right. Fix it. It's not about the screwing up. It's how do you fix it. And the Informed Consumer Act. Get it done.
Put that seller on your block bidders list there, Todd. So you don't ever make that mistake again.
Yeah, just as soon as I get all the return stuff done. I'm thinking about chipping him one of Jenny's turds.
And I would definitely, I don't leave a lot of negative feedback, but he would definitely get it.
Oh yeah.
I don't do it with my I buy with my selling account, so I won't leave negatives. But
East Coast Shoes.
All right, I'm out of here. I got to go to Walmart.
Yeah, I do too. We're out of here. Everybody have a wonderful week. I made a short today. I made a video yesterday of the craziness at yard sales. Somebody said it made them dizzy. We're moving around so fast. Sorry about that.
I didn't.
I'll try to get rid of camera this weekend.
Yeah, no, that was a funny video.
Harlan is at the flea market this weekend, so I'll be by myself. So I'll try to remember to wear the camera. Maybe I'll even talk in the van and tell you what I really think. Not that it should be a secret what I really think. Hit the thumbs up on the way out. I appreciate it. Yeah, roll tide.
Sweetwater out.